Hello, my friends. I truly hope you are well. I want to take some time to ponder the purpose of our existence. Here is our one and only home planet, Earth. This is where everything and everyone in human history has lived out their lives. We live in an age where technology is advancing faster than ever, and nearly any question you may have is just a quick search away. Yet the question of life's purpose does not have a simple searchable answer. I almost guarantee that if you were to approach any person on the street and ask them the meaning of life, many would be unsure, and you would receive a wide range of responses. So why is that? We're supposed to be the most intelligent beings on this planet, and yet we do not have a solid answer to our purpose here. Let's look at this from a few different angles. It's easy to give a simple answer and say there's no purpose to our existence, and that we are here merely by chance and a series of coincidences. This may even be true, but I really think there is much more to it. Sure, if you zoom away from our planet, it quickly becomes clear just how tiny we are, not only in the universe, but even in our very own solar system. Even from our neighboring planets, Earth appears as another tiny speck of light in the vast expanse of the cosmos. Yet that tiny speck contains everything we know and every life that has ever existed upon it. Looking at our planet from space, it appears almost like our very own Utopia. Everything we need to survive is here, and the planet itself protects us with its atmosphere and magnetic field, while offering more than enough resources for everyone. But when we get closer to the surface, the reality of human life becomes clearer. Greed has corrupted the minds of those in power. That insatiable hunger for more has led to some truly inhumane acts, from battles over abundant resources that could easily be shared, to disputes over land that ultimately belongs to no one. Because, well, there is no money in that logic. The greed of humanity just keeps trickling down through the ladder of power. For example, governments promise their people that they will bring about change and help the lower class citizens, and so on. All the while, government spending runs wildly out of control, while the public remains unaware of where these massive funds go. This unchecked spending has led to each country's deficit and global debt rising to unimaginable levels. I also can't help wondering, who do we owe all this money to? When more money is printed, the debt rises, and those in power offload the burden onto the public. The way money is controlled and handled is pretty wild the more you learn about it. I remember hearing recently that the interest owed on the US deficit is even higher than the total money spent on defending the country. A fact that puts into perspective the messed up way we handle money. They print money and then put people into debt to try to pay for what is essentially an unpayable global debt that only leads to more and more inflation. But we'll get into that a bit more soon. Then there are corporations that are willing to cut corners to maximize profits at the expense of others' well-being. Whether it be pollution and destruction of land, treating workers poorly, or outsourcing labor to poverty-ridden countries where people, even children, are forced to work for wages that do not allow a livable life. The impact is severe. Costs of living in many parts of the world continue to skyrocket, while wages fail to keep up with inflation, leaving many stuck working low-paying jobs that barely allow them to survive. And in other parts of the world, poverty and famine run rampant, so I can't help but wonder, is this the purpose of our existence? At this point, are we simply here to serve ruthless, destructive, and greedy groups of people who simply have more money than the rest of us? More money. More of that man-made tool that controls the minds of many. A tool used to manipulate, entice, and distract us from the basic reality that we are simple creatures living together on a beautiful planet with infinite potential. Beyond morality, none of us are any better than the next. Yet we have created a society that places those with more stuff on a pedestal while leaving the average person to struggle. I want to be clear that I am not anti-government or anti-money. I am simply wondering why we have not collectively taken a step back and asked, what the heck are we doing here? Is this our purpose? Is this our end goal? Power and control. So what am I getting at here? These are clearly huge and complicated topics that I am only barely scratching the surface of. Ultimately, if I had to put forth a purpose for our existence, it would be this: to find things in life that you enjoy and that bring you a sense of purpose and accomplishment, and surround yourself with them. This could be friends, family, a career, a passion, a hobby, anything that can add meaning to your life. By this reasoning, each of us would have a slightly different purpose, one that we discover and create for ourselves. So in short, my answer to what is the meaning of life is to find what it is that brings you meaning, and do that, as long as it is not at the expense of each other. I truly believe that creativity and hard work are built into our DNA, since our ancestors relied on these qualities to survive. Yet so many of us become distracted by the overwhelming way society operates. We forget to look for, or never have the chance to find, a true purpose with our limited and precious time. Fixing the incredibly complex ways of our society is not a quick or easy task. I do not have a perfect solution, but I do believe there is power in awareness. At times, we feel isolated and as if we cannot make a change in the world. Yet there are enough of us that together we form a strength in numbers. Even seemingly small changes, such as personal initiatives, creative acts, or even a kind word, can create a ripple effect that changes the world, even if only in a small way. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, our capacity to seek and create meaning is one of our greatest gifts. The path to a peaceful coexistence on Earth may be a long way off, but I do not think it is impossible. As long as we take accountability and look at things from a cosmic perspective, where we are not divided by borders and beliefs, but united as one species. We are genetically bonded, not only to each other, but also to the Earth, to every living creature upon it, and even to the stars above. These are topics we could discuss forever, but for now, I will leave you with this thought. The chance we get to experience life is nothing short of incredible. You, me, and everyone around us are sharing life on the very same world, floating in space, even though our perspectives and life experiences differ widely. Some are dealt perfect cards and have an easy time, while others face the polar opposite. At the end of the day, we are all brothers and sisters, doing our best to survive whatever circumstances life throws at us. I will be forever grateful to experience life in this infinite expanse of space and time. And even if our lives are a brief blip in cosmic time, we still have the opportunity to do and experience some truly incredible things while we are here. I am also so grateful to have found a community of people here. No matter how small it may be, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have followed the channel for any length of time, I would love to hear your perspective on these topics, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you sticking around. If you enjoyed this video and would like to show your support, feel free to hit like, leave a comment, or share it to help keep the conversation going. These actions help a lot, and I truly appreciate it. If you would like to become part of this community, feel free to subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will leave you with one final announcement. I recently released a debut song alongside my brother, and if you would like to dive into more of what I do creatively, I have linked it in this video. It is also on streaming platforms. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching and for sticking with me this far. Until next time, take care and be well.